What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and it is official. President Joe Biden has released a statement on the arrival time of stimulus, and this is your stimulus and infrastructure bill update. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you in this video the actual statement. What we're hearing is being reported from the White House, actual interviews coming out right now as the official statement has been released, and we're seeing articles coming out like this today. Take a look, you guys. Biden officially acknowledges that Build Back Better will miss the deadline, but says he's determined to see the bill on the Senate floor as early as possible. Now, as I mentioned, I'm going to be sharing with you all the video footage, also articles coming out giving more details about what we can expect to see unfold. Now, in addition to that, many of you have vocalized the fact that you're not happy with this bill, the Build Back Better bill. It doesn't have stimulus checks, unemployment extensions, a lot of the provisions that a lot of people would like to see in the next stimulus reconciliation bill. Well, if you missed yesterday's video, you might want to check it out, as we had heard that House Democrats, they're calling for Congress to pass yet another relief package, and this is the next one after Build Back Better, which we had previously heard was coming from President Joe Biden, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, that in 2022 another bill would come and any provisions not included in this one would be in the next one. We're hearing calls are already starting to happen, even while Build Back Better is not yet official, to start up the next one. Now, let me know your thoughts, as we're having trouble with the current one and they're already talking about the next one. But you guys, I will keep you up to date. And again, if you missed that video, check it out right after this one, as that is the latest update on the next stimulus package. But right now, let's get you caught up on the official statement for the current Build Back Better stimulus reconciliation bill. Now, before we dive in though, I also wanted to say thank you so much for all the support on that second channel, Steve Ram Finance. Already over 1,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about it. And if you are somebody that's interested in changing your life financially, maybe you're completely starting over with everything going on and you're thinking about launching a business, investing in real estate, stocks, cryptos, learning about personal finance and growing wealth, well, this is going to be the channel for you. If you're interested in joining, I'll pin a comment down below. All you got to do is click the link, go to the channel, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and when we launch closer towards the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of video content I think is going to help out a lot of people. I'm really excited about it, you guys. Looking forward to that. But right now, let's get you caught up on the latest happening with stimulus reconciliation, economic news, and the Build Back Better bill. And let's start off by smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, really helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free to come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and I'll keep you up to speed. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive right in, and let's start off with some video footage on the official statement from President Joe Biden on the arrival time being delayed for stimulus reconciliation.
I'd like to begin with what is the breaking news of this hour, which is the statement from President Biden tonight about the Build Back Better Act. He said, describing his discussions with Senator Manchin, Senator Manchin has reiterated his support for Build Back Better funding at the level of the framework plan I announced in September. He said, we will advance this work together. Over the days and weeks ahead, Leader Schumer and I are determined to see the bill successfully on the floor as early as possible. So the timing there sounds like, when I hear weeks, it sounds like it won't be before Christmas as was hoped. It sounds like it's moving over into January. And the September level that he's talking about with Senator Manchin, is that the 1.75 trillion?
That's right. That's my understanding. And the president expressed confidence that this is going to get done, I think largely because the urgency continues and the support among the American people continues. Right now, we don't have one Republican vote for this, but we're continuing to have the conversation with senators to look at how exactly to get this done. Look, this is only becoming more urgent as we see a lot of news about inflation, because this bill is about cutting costs. We're going to cut the cost of insulin, cut the cost of child care, cut the cost of elder care, cut the cost of pre-K to free, and something I care a lot about, cut the cost of electric vehicles so that more drivers and families can afford the gas savings that come with an electric vehicle if you can only afford one. This is something that America needs more than ever. It's the right policy at the right time, and I do believe we're going to get it done, even though I can't speak to the exact date that it's going to happen.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That was the official statement from President Joe Biden, and we heard him say they're going to be working on this over the course of the next couple weeks. Now, we're only 8 days away from Christmas, which was the official deadline. They said they wanted to have it all wrapped up by Christmas. Looks like it's going to be going into 2022. So as more information rolls out on that, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date, and also take a look at what the White House press secretary had to say about this as well.
Earlier this week, the White House described talks between the president and Senator Manchin as constructive and productive, but sources on the Hill say that these talks have actually been going, very poorly, and it does now appear that Build Back Better doesn't have a path forward this year. So I'm wondering, how now would you describe the conversations between the two, and what, again, were those areas of productivity earlier this week?
So, as you all know, we don't go into specifics. We have a policy of not talking about private conversations, and even Manchin said that himself. Person-to-person conversations should be kept private. So the president discussions with lawmakers outside of readouts that we have, usually we keep that promise. So I don't have any more details to offer beyond what we've said this week. The president is determined to get this done as soon as possible. We're talking about cutting costs for American families. We're talking about child care, elder care. We're talking about prescription drugs, lowering the cost of prescription drugs, which is so critical and important to American families and just to Americans across the country, and also universal pre-K. All these things are critical, and that's what the president is going to continue to focus on.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. That was the White House press secretary. Not a whole lot of information there, just that they're acknowledging the fact that this is going to be delayed. They're working away, and they're optimistic they're going to get it done to get provisions out to help out America at this time. But let's take a look at this article. It's going to give us a little bit more detail. Link in the description below if you'd like to read along with me. And it says, Biden officially acknowledges Build Back Better will miss the deadline, but says he's determined to see the bill on the Senate floor as early as possible. Now, the article says that President Joe Biden, in a lengthy statement, implicitly acknowledged ongoing negotiations with Senator Joe Manchin and procedural steps will cause Democrats to miss the Christmas deadline for Senate passage of his $1.75 trillion economic and climate package, noting that Democrats will continue to work together over the days and weeks ahead to get the proposal to the Senate floor. And as you know, we're 8 days away from Christmas, so weeks will take us into 2022. Now, my team and I are having ongoing discussions with Senator Manchin. That work will continue next week, Biden said in a statement. It takes time to finalize these agreements, prepare the legislative changes, and finish all of the parliamentarian and procedural steps needed to enable a Senate vote. We will advance this work together over the days and weeks ahead. Leader Schumer and I are determined to see the bill successfully on the floor as early as possible. Biden reiterated, however, that he still believes that the bill will pass, and, more importantly, that Manchin has indicated in recent discussions that he supports the general outline of the proposal. Now, Senator Manchin has reiterated his support for the Build Back Better funding at the level of the framework plan I announced in September, Biden said. I believe that we will bridge our differences and advance the Build Back Better plan even in the face of fierce Republican opposition. Now, Democrats, including Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, have been pushing to pass the sweeping spending bill by Christmas. But the party is facing some obstacles from Manchin, whose support of the legislation is key to passing it. And as you know, right now, the way the Senate is structured, 50 Republicans and 50 Democrats, in order for them to pass this bill through the process of reconciliation, which means a majority vote, they literally need every single Democratic senator on board to get all 50 to pass it through, and just one can disrupt the entire thing, and right now Joe Manchin is that one. Now, CNN reported Wednesday that critical talks between Biden and Manchin, a moderate Democrat from West Virginia, and the Senate's most important swing vote over how to pass the package remain far on any resolution on a series of issues, according to multiple sources with knowledge of the discussions. A source briefed on the conversations told CNN that talks between the two over the bill were very far apart. Given the state of the talks, sources familiar with the matter said that Schumer was very likely to punt the bill into 2022, which we are now hearing is official. Now listen to this. CNN also reported earlier this week that Democrats hadn't finished the legislative text. They're not even done yet writing the bill and are still in a series of meetings with the Senate parliamentarian over whether the bill complies with Senate rules, and are still negotiating elements of their own bill, and stiff disagreements are brewing in their ranks over how to handle these key provisions. So there's a lot still going on with this bill, and one of the most pivotal issues holding up progress is that child tax credit, a major Democratic Party priority that delivers aid to families and is key to the Biden administration's effort to reduce child poverty. Manchin wants to cut the expanded child tax credit from the bill, sources say, and I shared that with you in a previous video as well if you want to get all the details as to where things stand with the child tax credit. Be sure to check that one out right after this video as well. So you guys, that is the latest as we're hearing it is now official from statements from President Joe Biden that this bill, the Build Back Better Stimulus Reconciliation Bill, is going to be slipping into 2022. They will not be hitting the deadline they had set for Christmas delivery of this bill. But you guys, I'll keep you up to date as more information rolls out. We're hearing this bill is going to be likely modified significantly, and I will keep you up to date on that new bill that they're saying is in the works, calls for another stimulus reconciliation bill that might have stimulus provisions like checks, unemployment extensions. They're calling to bring back a lot of the provisions we saw from previous stimulus packages to potentially be in this next one. Now, whatever unfolds, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second, helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and you can come join for free the Ram Fam. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining that second channel that's going to be launching, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. I'll pin a comment down below. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.